What if I told you that you're only 6 months away from the life you've always dreamed of? The income, the lifestyle, the time to enjoy everything without fear or worry about money. In fact, you could have everything you've ever wanted. There is a condition, just one condition. For all that time, you have to show up each and every single day and do all the things that you and I both know you should be doing. Now the thing is, we all have a good idea of what we need to do. So, stop waiting for someone or something to come along. So go and do it.
It's the what if I can pull off a miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who call this and that, and now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's event.
So if you could take all the days that you feel like shit, or all the days that you're distracted, or all the days you're pissed off, you don't feel like doing it, and you make those A+ productive days, how the can you lose? The answer is you can't. So why not have a blueprint, a mindset, a habit, a way of being that says, oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, I'm stepping up. I'm taking more action. I'm coming back stronger. I'm built for this. And by the way, I know some of you listening go, I've just never been that way. That's okay. Neither were these people until they started to be that way. No one's born like that. What happens is they all hit a wall at one point and said, I'm tired of running. I'm tired of quitting. I'm tired of giving in when I'm hurt. I'm tired of backing up. I'm gonna stop. At some point, Kobe Bryant said, I'm gonna stop backing up. I'm gonna stop making excuses. I'm gonna stop quitting. I'm gonna stop flinching, and I'm gonna step into this.
I've got a good question for you. Why not you? You've got the brains. You can make decisions. You can study the plan. You can change your life. You can grow immensely in the next few years. You can make your dreams come true. You can build a financial wall around your family nothing can get through. You can become healthy. You can become powerful. Why not you?
Let me tell you something, right? Sometimes the worst things that happen in your life will put you directly in the path of the best thing that will ever happen in your life. So don't forget that shit, you heard?
Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary.
I heard a quote one time from Vincent van Gogh that really rang true. He said, he has dedicated his life to his art and he has lost his mind in the process. When I sat and I thought about that, it sounded very familiar. I have given every single thing, every ounce of my life to this craft, to perfecting my craft, and I continue to do so. And in the process, I have lost my mind, but in a good way, to regular society, to people who wake up at 9 a.m., who clock out at 5 p.m. They would look at me and say, I've lost my mind, but me, I have found it almost.
Right now in life, your family's looking for that one guy right now. You're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around and find you. These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that can take anything.
You're up 2-0. That's the story. Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So the goal was to be the first one at breakfast. So I set my alarm. I make sure I'm up by sunrise. I get out of bed. I put on my gear and I head downstairs. But when I get there, Kobe's already there with ice packs on his knees, drenched in sweat. Now, it took me a minute to figure it out, but this guy wasn't only awake before me. He had already worked out. He had just played in the finals days earlier. Meanwhile, I'd been off for months and I was still exhausted. What he had done that morning was incomprehensible to me. That dedication he had only days after falling short of an NBA championship. That taught me something I've never forgotten. Legends aren't defined by their successes. They're defined by how they bounce back from their failures. And that's what I hope to communicate to anyone watching this.
Nothing is going to change unless you change what you're doing. Change the junk food that you're eating. Change the time that you wake up. Change what you do when you get out of bed. Change what you do with your time. That's what you need to do.
The thing you gotta remember is you only live once. You only live once in this life, and once you're done, you're done. You got one life and one chance to do what you wanna do. What are you doing?
Everybody's living off the hope factor. They hope the water's never cold. They hope the weather's good. I don't live off that hope shit. I wish the water's cold. I wish the rain. When the end is unknown and the distance is unknown, that's when you know who the you are.
The price of regret is much heavier than the price of discipline. You never want to wake up one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year down the road and go, man, I wish I would have listened to my gut. I wish I would have done this thing. You don't want to live in regret. If there's something you want to get done in work, your relationships, school, whatever it is, do it.
The thing I would say is, when you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Every single day, you need to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I willing to do to get what I want? And if the answer is whatever the f I have to, you'll get there in time.
Yeah, I go to sleep, I wake up, I work, go to sleep, wake up, work, do that 7 days a week.
I don't quit. You know, I may not make it the first time, but I'll come back. I gotta get my head back in the game. I gotta figure this out. It doesn't mean you leave. It means you study it more. It means you study it more. And whenever I fail at something, people always say, man, how do you handle failure, man? I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as your first, second, third, fourth, fifth attempt. I look at them as attempts. I don't look at anything as failure. Not trying is failure.
You only live once, so do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment.
I have spent my whole life scared, frightened of things that could happen, might not happen. 50 years I spent like that. And I came to realize it's that fear that's the worst of it. That's the real enemy. So, get up. Get out in the real world. And you kick that bastard as hard as you can, right in the teeth.
Don't worry about next week, next year. Just focus on every 24 hours that you get, you know? And that's done a lot for me.
It's really simple, but I will say that again. The only reason why you're not living the life that you actually want to live is because you, day by day, keep on feeding the life that you don't want to live.
You gotta make the decision before you get to the battle. When things get hard, you go harder. You break that thing that's in front of you. You don't let it break you.
It's 1 a.m. I'm going for my third workout. Do I want to go to the gym? Absolutely not. I'd rather, lay in my house and sit in the movie theater and watch movies. But, to be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.
I never looked at things as problems. I look at them as opportunities. Maybe that's something I can say. Someone, well, she did this, and well, what an opportunity you have. Yeah, well, the world, because they said this and CNN said that. Yeah, well, what an opportunity you have to make a difference.
Anything in life that you put your mind to, you can do. The world is your oyster. Only thing promised is death. So basically, life is like a game. So you have to play the game the way you want to play it.
Rest at the end, not in the middle. And that's something I always live by. I'm not going to rest. I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going.
So never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. Keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8.
Nothing changes and nothing changes, man. In order for something to change, there needs to be change.